Riders Excursion and Tours weekly e-bike rides. Gather your family and friends for an unforgettable ride through stunning landscapes. Book your adventure today at ridersabike.com or call 473-422-1011. Don't miss out. Let's ride. Today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant.
Yeah. Right along live. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to Tuesday on the ride. How are you doing? Yeah. Good night, riders. Night riders. Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to all the riders who participated in our recently concluded Get Money Bingo. Yeah, that was big. That was nice. That was suspenseful. A lot of people was on their tip of their chair. $1,000 jackpot. It was really, really, really nice, guys. Don't miss another one. Don't miss another one. And you know our bingo are fundraisers, right? So whenever we run a bingo, it's for fundraising activities. All right? Nadia Little, Night Riders, Nadia Lalit. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so let me share the program. I want you to add your messenger because today we have two stories that we're working on. Two stories that we have, that we're dealing with, right? One, we're going to take a dip down to St. Vincent and the Grenadines because a lot happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines where people are saying this is an ideal political victimization situation happening there. And we have our guest. She's been on the program before, and she also have her lawyer to try to explain to us what's really happening. So Kay Bacchus is on. We're going to chat with Kay Bacchus and get what's happening to get a perspective now. Because this is crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Also, the recently concluded Little Miss Grenada pageant, guys. That event saw, amazing event, by the way, an event that's geared up and set up to encourage young people, to foster development, to show them, to show their talent at an early age. The Little Mr. and Miss Grenada pageant was held this Saturday, and it was an amazing success. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people watched it online. Sold out venue. It was really, really, really good. But at the end of it, guys, there was a situation that a lot of people wasn't really too happy with. So in case you didn't see it, Mr. Kirk Sitahal, host of the morning program, he made note of it, made light of it earlier today, and sort of painted a picture of one of the parents who was claimed to be acting badly. Drama erupted, they say, at the end of the well put together, well arranged, well organized event. So we have the parents here because we like to get both sides of the story, right? We like to get two sides of the story. So we have the parent here who's going to speak to us to clarify and kind of put it into context now. A better understanding what happened on Saturday. So yeah, guys, two stories. Kay Bacchus, who is going to be talking about the political instability, or not instability, the political situation involving her client. We're going to give you all information on that. And her client is going to be joining us in a little while as well. In addition, again, we're talking about the water situation. So it's all of that stuff that pissing us off and pissing people off. Okay? So everybody share? Everybody done share? Let me add my followers here because I want everybody to be engaged in this conversation right here. I want everybody to be engaged in this conversation. Just add your followers. Just at your followers. Just at your followers. Just at your followers and get everybody. Let me do it here as well. Add followers to invite all your followers and friends. Okay, just did. Let me do some more sharing. There we go. 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 Okay, so let's start with this story, guys. Earlier today, host of the morning show, the Wake Up Club, Mr. Kirk Sitahal, he on the morning show program, he brought light to a situation that occurred at the Little Mr. and Miss Beauty Pageant. This is what Mr. Kirk Sitahal have to say and why he was irked or displeased of what transpired after the show. Listen to this.
Now, I not breaking down anybody, so I go call Jermaine and the team, and I go give them my constructive criticism on how to better the show, because we are supposed to build people, not break them down. I know it's easy to break them down because it makes us feel better about ourselves. That's not what I am about, because I think it's a great initiative. But you know what really hurt my heart? What really hurt my heart is to see children bawling and screaming and throwing tantrums when they didn't place in the top 3. What happened to sportsmanship? I see children smash things backstage. And then I had to wonder, something going wrong in this world. No wonder the suicide rate gone up. Okay? Because people don't understand sportsmanship. They don't. They have to win at all costs. And parents, if you're not teaching your children that just being part of the process is winning, something wrong with you. No wonder our children have anxiety and all these different issues. Okay? Because maybe you're putting too much pressure on them to win and not understanding just by participating, they are winning in the process because they would have learned more. Now, I saw this child. Well, I will tell you about the child after. I saw this parent backstage, okay, and it had 2 of them. One telling the daughter, "Mommy, love you," from backstage because they realized the daughter didn't place in the top 3. And it had a next one saying, "Mommy, love you. Don't worry with them bitches and them. Mommy, child, mommy loves you, but don't worry with them bitches and them." Yeah. When I hear she say, "Mommy, love you," I was like, okay, that's nice. She understands that a child might be feeling away. But she telling the child, "Don't worry with them bitches and them, they're 2 teeth. Mommy loves you, nice child." I know it sounds humorous because it was humorous, but it was sad at the same time. Then on top of that, it had a contestant so upset that she didn't place in the top 3. Well, I think she thought she should have won. She smashed down everything backstage. I'm talking about children between the ages of 8 and 10 throwing these level of tantrums. Yes, you heard me right. Throwing this type of level of tantrum. Ain't know nothing about sportsmanship. Vex, tears, pelting things backstage. Because she didn't place. And I sit down thinking, damn, this child isn't going to have a good life at all. Because if this child at 8 to 10 is behaving like this, what type of adult they are going to be? Within 2 minutes, I realized what type of adult they would be. When I saw her parent abusing the 10-year-old winner, using obscenity and cussing out the winner of the show, okay? Telling the winner of the show, a big grown-ass man, telling the winner of the show, they picked the ugliest girl here. And I ain't going to use the language because I can't use the language here.
All right, so that was earlier today. Joining us right now is one of the parents of the contestant in question, Mr. Jude Marichaud. Jude, how you doing, my friend? How are things?
I'm good. I'm good, and I'm glad you gave me a chance to speak my piece.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Jude, your situation, you are being accused of being a sole loser by hyping up a situation and cussing out a 8 to 10-year-old child because she won the competition. What happened?
Okay, first of all, that is not true.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to address that after with that man who spoke because I don't know him, and I'll address that later.
Right.
What I have to say about the contest, Pinky, the MC,
Right.
she made a mess of that. I'm sure everyone could see that she was in favor of Miss St. George. She was in favor of the other boy from St. David. We all could see that. Even when the young girl sang a song, which was pretty good, I am a musician, I'm not saying it was bad, but she cried. She showed the audience and everyone and the judges how beautiful it was. Now, imagine if these same contestants, when they were ready to do their act, that they were told they could not do that, they had to change it the day before. No, my daughter had a magic act. What she had to use the judges with. She asked them if she could do it. One of the ladies told her, yes, because we had to act like that in the past and they used the judges to do the thing. So we're all in. A day before the pageant, they call us and tell us. They didn't even call us, they told the chaperone that we cannot use the judges. Now, if you cannot use the judges, the trick is not any good. Not only that, the chaperone had to change it wrong, and even when she did the trick, there was no one to even say if she did the trick or not. But if they knew that, they could have told her that weeks ago, and she could have came up with an act. It would have been fair, and everyone would have been okay with it. But what they did, they waited from the day before and told her, no, you have to change what you are doing. And if anybody think that that could be fair, I don't think anybody would think that. So those are my concerns. And this thing with the judges, this whole thing seems like it was all orchestrated. They knew the winners before they knew anything. This is just my opinion.
Okay, so
This is just my opinion.
it's your opinion that it was already set up for a particular person to win?
Yes, because the child was saying that the whole time she's gonna win. She was telling all the other little children that.
Yes. Okay.
Theirs was her since last year.
Okay, I want to be clear. So you're saying that one of the contestants was continuously saying that they're going to win, and they end up
That's
winning.
right.
So
That's right.
and you formed that opinion that it was pre-selected who would win the competition.
Well, I feel that that is true. But what I feel that my daughter was sabotaged. She was sabotaged because if you knew that you were not going to let her do that, you don't wait till the day before to tell her to change her act.
Right. But I
You
want to
know
go
that?
back a bit. Why don't you think that it was self-confidence that she had rather than, I mean, everybody should believe that they would win. I mean, your daughter probably said to other contestants that she would win as well. Does that
No,
mean
she didn't. No. My daughter's not like that. My
what
daughter
what,
would never say that.
what
And
are you saying?
she would not say that.
So you're saying that your daughter went in not believing that she would win?
No, my daughter went in there believing she would do her best and she would be judged fairly, but she was not. So I'm going to go back to this fat man who came on talking about what happened.
Hold on.
I'm
We're
going
not
to
gonna
go to him.
we're
No,
not
well,
gonna
he did that. Did you hear what this man was saying about people's parents?
what we're not going to do.
Look
Here's
what
what
he was saying. Well, I won't do what he was doing.
no, we're not
Yes,
gonna do that.
I won't do what he was doing.
Going to do that. If you're
I'm
gonna
not going to do what he was doing. But
okay, so
anyway, he went on to say, but he didn't call her name,
right.
that my daughter was so upset she didn't win that she was smashing up everything backstage. But it's a lucky thing he didn't use her name because I would have sued him. My daughter never did that, and there were people there. She never did that to anyone. My daughter would never do that. What happened with me now? When I
Right.
went to the judges in the front and I started asking, I said, you wouldn't even say whether the trick was good, not good, but have an answer or say anything. They just cut it off. And a lady came up to me, and I have witnesses. And
Right.
she started telling me to shut up, and she was cussing me. And two ladies were telling her to stop. And I am not letting anybody bully me, whether it's a woman or a man. And then a man now in the thing came up to me like he wanted to sucker punch me. And I told him, hey, we don't have to do this here. We could go outside. I had a problem with Pinky. I don't know. I guess everybody saw it, so I don't have to go to that. They could go to the videotape and see how disgusting that was. I hope I could say that, because
Right.
it was disgusting. But after you sabotage my daughter and you do that, and then I have this man who, it's institutions like his that make people commit suicide. When people try their best and they're judged unfairly and the fix is in for them, I can say that.
Yes,
Because
but
if
your
the
gut.
fix wasn't in for my daughter, they would
Uh,
not have changed her talent one day before the event.
Let me ask you a quick question. Going into the competition, did you speak to your daughter that there was a possibility that she could win and there's a possibility that she could not win? Did you speak to your daughter to accept any
Of
eventuality that?
course, of course I did.
Right. Are
Because
you
in
gonna
any competition, there's a
right?
chance you're going to lose. Why I am upset is not because she lost. It's because how she was treated, not because she lost. Anybody could lose. Me and you could have a race. And if you beat me, I am not going to be upset. But if you tie my laces together and I can't run, I'm going to say something about it. And
Right.
that's what they did, Celine. They tied her laces together. And when I talked about it, and when I'm now exposing it, because if anybody looks at that competition, I'm glad it's on video. And this man who's going to come on any show on any platform and try to tell parents how they should treat their children after a traumatic event, or what
But
happened to them, or if they think it was unfair, that he could say all these words he is saying on that, because I watched it and I'm saying to myself, listen to this man who's trying to lecture people. He's an animal.
listen, okay, hold on. Again, we don't need the insults. We're not gonna
Well,
call nobody animal. We're not gonna do that because we're trying to be
what
respectful.
he did, what he did, putting down parents that he doesn't even know these people and saying what kind of children they're going to grow up to be, who's going
Right.
to commit suicide. He is very out of order.
Let me ask you a
He
question.
should have never said those things.
When your daughter, after your daughter found out that she didn't win or she didn't place, what did you say to her?
I said, you did your best and you'll try better next time.
What was
But
your reaction?
I told her the truth. I
Right.
told her the truth. What they did to you was unfair. So
But
I must tell my daughter the truth also.
think that that was a part of the problem by trying now? Because what you said that you felt that way. You felt that she was sabotaged. You don't have no real evidence, facts.
I didn't feel what? I felt what?
I
No,
said,
I do have facts. No, that's where you're wrong. I do have facts, and I just told you. They told her she had to change her talent the day before the competition.
they
That's a
had
fact.
they had to change it, or she cannot use the judges. Which one?
Well, listen, listen, I'm explaining it to you.
Right.
If you cannot use the judge, you can't do the trick.
Right.
The trick cannot be done properly because you have to have someone to add it. You have to have someone to say, yes, that is correct. No one said that. So no one knew what Celine was doing.
Right.
They sabotaged her.
Right.
That's what I mean. That is proof. Because
Right.
they could have told her that 2 weeks ago. But they told her the day before the competition.
Right.
And did you see that Queen show? How do you think she did? Other than that magic trick. Let me ask you that. How do you think she did?
I'm not going to give my opinion on it. My opinion really doesn't
I
matter.
I just asked. You're not a judge. I'm not asking you to judge my daughter. I just asked you, how do you think she did? I didn't ask you if she came in third, second, fifth. I just asked you how she did.
I appreciate the question, but it's not me to even give my opinion. My opinion really doesn't matter at this point in
I'm
time.
going to go back to that sabotage thing again. How do I have proof? My proof is they changed it the day before the competition. That's my proof.
Sabotage.
Yes.
Okay.
And also the MC, the MC did a horrible job. And she wasn't even hiding who she was in favor of.
Right. So
She helped her.
after you told your daughter that, you felt like they sabotaged her, what was her reaction? Did she throw a tantrum? Was she very upset?
No, my daughter's not a tantrum girl.
Okay.
She doesn't do that. You could ask her school that, her friends that, and the people who are really there. Not that person who wants to come up with his own narrative or his own way to put together a show that was a mess. And we all have to say, no, well done. I am not going to say that.
Okay.
It was awful.
It's alleged that you, at the end of the show outside, you started to call the contestant that won ugly. You made reference to that.
Okay. When I went outside,
it was alleged. It's alleged. I want you to tell me, was that something that you said?
Listen to me. That is not true. I'm coming back to it again where this ugly talk came out. I had an altercation with a lady, a judge. And me and the lady, she was cursing at me and I was cursing at her. And I also had a little something to tell Pinky. The other things they're talking about, that's just like what you're hearing about my daughter was smashing things up. That we are crazy people, but it's okay. Because everyone knows what happened. Everybody knows my daughter did not cause a tantrum. I did not call a little girl ugly. What I called was them. I called them ugly. That is what happened.
So you didn't make reference and say that the contestant that won is ugly and she have an ugly talent and made messages or voice or text or WhatsApp messages to the organizers in reference to being
me?
Ugly. Yeah.
Listen, I would like to see that. Let somebody show you that. If somebody shows you that, Mr. George, I will walk in to the prison and put myself in there myself. But they can't. They're lying to you. Okay. If they weren't lying, if they were not lying, they would show you those texts.
Okay. Right.
It'd be smart that they would have showed you that. But the whole thing is a lie. And I am not going apart with the lie. I'm exposing it, the whole thing was corrupt.
Right.
From the MC, from the judges, all of them. And it's not because I'm a sore loser. Because if you go in any competition, it's a chance you are going to lose.
Right.
But you can put somebody in a race and tie their laces and tell them it's fair.
Right.
Okay. Right, because my daughter couldn't come up with another act in a day. This is why I said they sabotaged her.
How is your daughter doing now?
She's real good. She's real good. You know what's good about, like I said, these videos, back in the days, I guess you couldn't go back and look at it. you could see what's going on.
Right.
You could see. You could see. But anyway, I would never abuse any little children. My daughter never threw any tantrum and broke up anything there. That is a lie. What
Okay.
happened is the lady, and listen, I didn't start cursing at the lady in the place. She started cursing me
Why
and
did you? Why did they call the
telling
police?
me,
Why did they call the
sit
police?
my ass. I
Why
don't
did
know about any police. No police was there. No police was there.
the organizers claim that the altercation got so outrageous and serious that they resorted to call the police. The police didn't come at the point in time when you were there, but nevertheless, they did in fact call the police because it was a tension.
No, a police has never talked to me.
Okay.
No police ever talked to me in the place or outside. That was a lie also.
Okay.
What happened was they were so upset with me, two men, and one wanted to sucker punch me, and I told him I didn't want to do that inside. We could go outside, but it looked like he changed his mind. That
Right.
is what happened.
But
That is what.
but Mr. Marisho, how did a pageant that's supposed to be put together to uplift young girls and uplift the community end up in a parent and somebody else in the venue talking about sucker punching each other? How did it even get there? I mean,
Well, that was one of the that was one of the that was one of the judges, who wanted to do that with me. A judge. So your same man who was saying I wasn't talking to any judges, I was attacking little girls. He is a coward too, because he should have called my name and he should have said what really happened. What happened is that these people wanted to do that, and they wanted to get away with it without anything happening, without anybody saying anything.
okay. All right, Mr. Marisho. I mean, that's your story. You're sticking to it. Do you see in any way, in any form, that you are, or you should, or possible, or any way that you should apologize for any part of your behavior in all of this?
Yes, I do. And I'm glad you asked me that. I would like to apologize, but this was very traumatic for my daughter, my family, for all of us. So, and if I did something out of hand or I did anybody anything that wasn't right, I apologize to them. But I really don't know who it is, if it's the kids or whoever. But you could understand or even see why, or a reason. Hey, I could see why this man is upset. I didn't have a fight with any child. I had a fight with two judges, and I asked him, did you get that number right? Was she right? And you know what he told me? Yes. But he never told anyone else.
Right. Sad.
Okay.
All right.
And thank you for giving me this chance. And don't worry, I won't be beating up any little girls. I won't look for any little girls and attack them and take their crown to give my daughter. Don't worry about that.
That was another allegation, but glad that you brought it up. All right, thank Jude. We'll be watching and paying attention to see how the constructive criticism can make the show better next year. Thank you, Jude.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, all right. All right, so that was Mr. Jude Marisho speaking his side of the story, what happened from his perspective. A little bit different than what was said out there. So I guess that leave some of the evidence of what he was accused of to start circulating. We'll keep you guys updated on that. But before I go to my next guest, Adriana King, she's waiting there, and also Kay Bacchus is waiting there as well. I want to take 2 minutes to take a few calls, guys. 718-701-5720 to speak on this specific issue, to speak on this specific occurrence at the Little Mr. and Miss Grenada pageant. And let us find out your thoughts. Because listen, I think that this event is a good event. The whole intention of the event is good. The kids go through a whole set of training seminars. And even you have people come there and speak to them about you know what they want to do when they grow up, their career goals, and if they were to win, you know, this is what you to expect. So they do their hardest, the organizers, I mean, to ensure that, you know, the kids and them prepare themselves for this. And you know, something went awry. Something went the way that was not supposed to go. Hence the reason why we have this complication here. But nevertheless, guys, I think it's a great show, and I think it should continue. Let's go to the phone lines right now and take a call. Caller live, where are you calling us from? Hello? Hold on, caller. 1 second. 1 second. Hello? Hello? All right, hold on. Let me take you off of this and put you on speaker. Hello, caller, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Well, Junior, I'm one of the witnesses at that show, and I'm really amazed, like, to sit here and listen a big man, who I think is even a retiree, to sit here in the presence of the public and tell so much lies. This man was so disgusting on Saturday night. And I'm sorry for the children in their care. I'm sorry for the wife also, because he seems to be an abuser.
Hey, no, we cannot. Well, okay, well, that is what you believe. That's not factual. We don't know that, so we cannot put that out there like that.
I said seems.
Right, but
seems.
it's neither here nor there. We cannot assume that, because we have no facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking based on what I saw. Okay, well, I'm not speaking on her, but let me tell you what happened that night. This man was at the front of the stage, cussing off the child, calling her ugly, right? This man was smelling stink of rum, like he came from a rum barrel. The guy who he told, let's take it outside, it was an officer in civilian clothing. I was kind of pardoning him in a little bit. But when the mother came outside and was in agreement with him and said, yes, this was an ugly girl competition, and the ugliest girl won. You know, I got so mad, you know? Mm-hmm. And he was using a whole set of obscenity to the child who won in front of the stage. I saw this man just walking up and down. I couldn't believe was the winner he was cussing about, right? I tried to speak to him. And when he realized that I was not in agreement with him, he started cussing off. His daughter, I witnessed it with my own two eyes. She was smashing backstage. The mother couldn't control her. She was calling the child's name. Oh, let's not do it here. Let's not do it here. And I really feel sorry for this child, because this child is supposed to start secondary school in September. And she's out for a rude awakening, because what they're training her, what they're showing her, it seems this is like, from what I've witnessed, this is not a Saturday behavior. This is a customary behavior. And it's really sad. I'm so happy that the winner, she is more smart than that. She didn't give air to his abusive words and his abusive accusations. But I believe that some counselor or something should step in, and they should speak to this family. Somebody needs to help this child.
Right.
Because she's going to have a hard life in secondary school.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry for the teachers and principal who's going to have to deal with these parents for 5 years of the child's secondary school life. Okay?
All right.
And it's a shame that he could come right there and just keep lying and lying and lying. Have a good evening.
All right, thank you, caller, so much. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to take the rest of the calls on the other side, all right? A lot. And people are still pissed off at what happened there. But again, guys, this Little Mr. and Miss Pageant is a great initiative. it is an amazing and powerful platform for young people, right? And we want to see it grow. I'll do whatever I can in my power to ensure that this program, this Little Mr. and Miss Grenada grow. All right. So take one more call and then we go to our next segment. Caller, live, where you calling us from? Caller, turn your background down. Turn your background music, TV, whatever you have in the background, they turn it down.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, caller. Go right ahead. Make it kind of brief.
Yes.
We kind of go into the next segment. Go ahead,
Yes,
caller.
I'm calling from St. George.
Yes.
Right. And it's true, I was supporting Miss St. George. The children were wonderful. They were awesome. They did a great job. But at the end of the show, turned sour when the gentleman, the father of the contestant from St. David, decided he wasn't pleased with the result and decided he was going to lambaste everybody who gave him a listening ear. You understand me, Junior?
Mm-hmm.
And that was not even good for his own daughter. I went up to congratulate the winner. I heard this gentleman, take my child over there. I don't want her to feel she's not a so-and-so winner. She's a winner. And Junior, little Mr. and Miss Grenada, children we have at the show. We have more children than adults at the show. And you are there using a set of obscenities. So I said, but no, who's this man quarreling? I didn't know whose father it was. Or I don't know who he was, but he was quarreling. I heard him say, take my child off. And he started cussing and said, you see me, let me not even listen to that. On my way out, a police officer came to get his daughter who attended the show. He didn't know the man was a police. And the man heard him cussing. And he turned and telling a little child, I don't know the mother so-and-so. So the police officer turned and said, sir, you are not supposed to behave like that. You cannot be cussing. There are children here. You don't tell me nothing. And he started cussing the officer obscene. The officer said, sir, get out of there. You cannot stay inside your corner. And the officer proceeded to sort of hold his hand to put him out. He flung away his hand. Don't touch me. And whatever. And the officer said, sir, he addressed him so. He said, I tell you, stop it. Because I was walking out with him, together with him. And the officer started telling him, stop it, or else he'll have to do something. You can't do me nothing. But he didn't know. And he quarreling with his obscene and he decided, let's take it outside. Junior, when he got outside, some lady said to him, go ahead. That is our police. He go with you. And that's what calmed him, you know. That's what calmed him. And he pretended to hush while the officer went along with his child because he thought things were okay. Then he went back in and continued cussing. Is what he wasn't saying. As parents, we cannot do that. We have to make children know you take part in a competition, you are beautiful, you are loved. That child got Miss Photogenic. She's a beautiful child. That child from St. David. And I agreed with that. She got Miss Photogenic. Nice young lady, had this presence. You're going to do that to your daughter? That is tarnishing of her life. When she comes to secondary school, there would be other competitions, or she may not be chosen to represent or participate in something. Are you going to come into school and behave like that? That was not good. That was not good. And I'm talking as an educator. I'm a teacher for over 30 years. And it hurt me to the core. And this win this year, I mean, yes, it was St. George's first year of winning. And it was a well-deserved win. And it hurt me. And as I said, as I started, they were beautiful. These children were brave. The first and second round couldn't find a winner. They were all good. When they did the introductory speech, I said, wow, I wish all of them could come to my school at the secondary level. All the girls. You understand me, Junior? Because you go there to support, but you can't be behaving like that. And I would advise the parents of St. George to sue this gentleman. You can't go in front of the child, but thank God she was composed, as the other caller rightfully said. She was ignored. I don't even know if she's aware of what was happening, because all her friends and so were there greeting her, but we were hearing. Junior, I was appalled. It was horrible. And this...
Right. All right. Thank you, caller. Thanks for your input. Guys, we're going to open up the phone lines to get your calls on this after. There's a lot more have to be said and it's still pissing a lot of people off, right? All right, guys, as promised, as promised, guys, we have a guest on the program here with us. Right? She is no stranger to Ride Along Live. She's no stranger to the platform, and she's here to talk about political victimization and what happened to her. And she had a case today, and we're going to get an update on it. Let's welcome no stranger to the platform, attorney at law, Kay Bacchus, one person I consider a friend in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Kay, how are you doing?
Hi. How are you doing, Junior?
Absolutely happy to have
Yes,
you here,
good to
Kay.
be back on your program again.
Yes. Thank you
Yes.
so much. And Adriana King, how are you, Adriana?
Speech.
Adriana, you muted. We're not hearing you.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. I'm saying I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
So you see what happened. You see what happened in Grenada. We heard all about that. You guys got a whole mouthful of what's happening there. But there's a whole set of different things happening for you with you in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tell us about it. Um, as brief as you could summarize this situation, what transpired and what happened today?
I'd let my counsel speak.
Okay, great, no problem. So
Right.
Kate, give us a summary as
All
to
right.
what transpired.
This arose out of a demonstration, a massive demonstration that took place in Kingstown on the 5th of August. Persons from various political, social, different backgrounds came out to protest the way the government was dealing with COVID.
Right.
And this was organized by, I think, some public servants, various public servant unions, and the NDP.
Right.
Adrian was a person who attended the demonstration. She had nothing to do with organizing it. And after that, they arrested her some almost 6 weeks after. 6 weeks after. And
Right.
charged her for obstructing the prime minister on his way to parliament. It was the day when they had parliament, and that was part of the reason why the demonstration took place, because persons wanted to protest the illegal laws that the government was trying to pass to mandate persons to take the vaccine.
Right.
She was arrested, as I said, she was charged, and she will tell you what happened to her because they put her in jail and the smells and so forth. But she was arrested and charged. That, as I said, was since 2021. It's almost 3 years since Adriana has been going through this, and she has been on half pay during that time. So they charge her for obstructing the prime minister on his way to parliament. When we came to court to do the matter, they amended the charge and they said attempting to obstruct the prime minister.
Mm-hmm.
Some 2 years after, the matter still has not been heard. For various reasons, it was put off. The main witness at one time, I think, went to play cricket or something and could not be there. There was no magistrate to hear the case at some times, and there were other times when I, as defense counsel, would have had a conflict with a high court matter. High court matters would take precedent to magisterial matters because this was a magisterial matter. So for various reasons, but mainly because the prosecution was not ready, or the witnesses would not be there, or the court was not ready. The matter was delayed, was put off. And then, as I said, about 2 years after, they came and amended the charge again to a completely new charge, a different section, not only the same section, because the charge they brought was so flawed, it was bound to fail. They could not succeed with the first charge. It was wrong and bad in law. We didn't have to say a word. I was just waiting for them to start the case because I knew my submission would have to have been upheld. They recognized that, and that is why some 2 years after they tried to amend the charge. Okay, so I made submissions that the matter should be stayed, meaning that the case should not go on at all. It should be thrown out because of delay, abuse of process, prejudice. It would also bring the judicial system into disrepute and all of that. And this is based on common law. It is based on statute. It is based on, I had lots of some matters, cases to back it up. And the magistrate considered the submissions. Of course, the DPP made submissions in response
Right.
of saying that it was not, that it should not be said, and they tried to give their reasons. But today I was not in court because I didn't even know the matter was coming up, as a matter of fact. But Adriana was there, and she called me with the good news that her case was stayed, which means that the police cannot. And this is a long end for her of this matter, which has been going on since 2021.
But why is Adriana being targeted? Is it that she's so vocal on social media? Is it
You see, we have a government in St. Vincent that apparently don't like vocal women, because she has an aunt, I'm sure you know,
yeah.
Lucette, who almost have suffer the same fate. They don't like persons to speak out, and if you do, they're going to target you. And Adrian is one of them that has been targeted.
I see. So the matter has been stayed now. Adriana, is it like a closed shut case, done deal, forget about that, move on to the next? And what is the next?
Well, come Monday, Junior, I am facing another protest charge.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's
oh,
from one to the next.
wow. So this one is done, but you have another one pending.
Yes,
Is it?
and
And
believe
who
it
you
or
go?
not,
Yeah.
the officer who was the lone witness in this one that was just stayed actually brought a lawsuit against me for defamation.
Oh, so
Yeah,
this is another interesting one we need to pay attention to. Is that something that
lots
is?
of time.
Is that something that is constantly happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Is that a part of the political culture?
What you mean?
In terms of if someone comes out and speak out against the government, that they most likely to get run through the legal system.
That is exactly what happens in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A government that came into power by protest, by locking down the place, blocking up the roads, protesting. They are stifling protests in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Every time there is a protest, they bring out all the policemen and they try to intimidate the protesters. Adriana has been arrested, she'll tell you, maybe 3 or 4 times over variant protests. In fact, she was, weren't you among the first set of where when the Nolly Cross, about 13 persons, they arrested all members of the persons who don't support the government. They came out, some of them do, as a matter of fact, and they were protesting. I don't even remember what that protest was about at the time, but
Mhm.
they arrested about 13 or so persons, charged them for having an illegal possession. They said they were protesting illegally, being involved in organizing a protest illegally, which is another charge that was bound to fail. And after dragging them through the courts, keeping them, putting them in jail and all of that, they nolly-pross every single one of those charges. Total
Wow.
abuse, total abuse of power.
Wow. And guys, we followed the protest in, I think, in 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. We actually carried it live on Ride Along, and I couldn't understand what was happening. I couldn't understand because it didn't look as if she was blocking anyone from entering Parliament. It didn't look, from my vantage point at least, it didn't look that.
Well, the funny thing, there were so many reasons why this charge had to fail. First of all, the normal Parliament gate, which is on the main street, back street, opposite the market, that gate was closed and locked off by police.
Right.
That is the gate they claimed she was in front and blocking the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister never entered Parliament through that gate. At
Mm.
the time, this is, I think that was he doing, he got his head busted too. So the crowd was so angry that they decided they would not take him through the normal gate. He would come through a side gate. And what he did, which I thought was very reckless and stupid, he came out of his car, flanked by policemen, and decided to walk through the angry crowd. And that is when he got his head busted.
Mm.
So in any event, they would have been hard pressed to prove that she tried to block him, because she was no, Adriana was no way around that gate. And in any event, the Prime Minister did not enter Parliament through that gate. So the whole thing was a trumped up charge, as far as I'm concerned, designed just to victimize her and keep her on indicted because she as I said, she's on half pay, and she
Yeah.
could not. Up to now, when one finished, another one is there. As she says, there's another one pending again for protesting.
Wow. Well, we're
What
gonna.
was bad again? What was bad about this particular one? I have never, I mean, I've been a criminal lawyer for years, and I
Right.
have never seen a criminal case where the virtual complainant is not a witness, did not give a witness statement, and never was not going to be called as a witness. The prosecution did not intend to call Dr. Ralph Gonzalez to give evidence in a case where he is the main party, the virtual complainant.
Yes.
I mean, that again was total abuse of power and a
Yes.
misuse of power, as a matter of fact. So there were many things wrong with this case. The charge was bad. They could not, even on the facts, they could not sustain it because he did not enter parliament where they say he was entering. And they
Right.
didn't even bother because, of course, he is they were not going to bring him to face cross-examination, which, of course, he would have to face if they brought him as a witness.
Yes.
So what the prosecution intended.
Wow. Well, listen, we're going to continue to follow this case. Political victimization. We wanna understand, and if it's so that Adriana is going to that, we would like to find out why it's unfair, and she
Are
is.
you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, but we're not seeing you.
No, because in my soul there's no electricity here.
Right? Yeah, you have.
I'm in total darkness.
Oh,
Okay.
One of the things that must be remembered in all of this, Junior, is that, and I'm not sure if Mrs. Bacchus Batiste recalls this, but on the very evening, I call it a staged busset. That's what I call it, theatrics. On the very evening that happened, before I left Kingstown, I got screenshots from Vincentians that they claim they took from the web page, a Facebook page of one of our local newspapers with my photo claiming that I had injured the Prime Minister. That was even before we left Kingstown on that night of protest. And so
okay, we lost her
Yes.
again.
Well, that was malicious. I remembered it indeed that I think one of the local newspaper actually had it somewhere on their website. I think they apologized after for that. They actually accused her. So some persons are being targeted and
Right.
pinpointed in St. Vincent, and they would always try to lay charges or blame on them. You know what I could have done to her? If persons believe that she's the one who bust the prime minister's head and
Yes.
she was pass through tongue or go through a, because some of his supporters could be ignorant. That
Yes.
was really a threat.
Yes.
Something that was totally untrue.
sorry about that. It
Yes.
seems
Yes.
as though the forces are against me tonight.
Yeah. Oh, no, but we get it. And what we're going to continue to do, Adriana, is follow this next case. I'm happy that the case today stayed. So that's one less thing to worry about. But coming up, I know that there is another one, and we're going to pay very close attention to it.
Thank you.
Anything else we wanna add before we close off the segment?
No, that's it for now. Just
Adriana?
thank you as usual for being interested in democracy and helping to keep it.
I just want to say thank you.
Absolutely. Adriana, go ahead. Adriana?
Are you hearing me? Yes, I was
Yep.
saying I would just want to say a public thank you to Mrs. Bacchus Batiste because she's been in this for the past couple years, in and out with me, in and out, right there, and here we are still. The submissions that were done by her and Senator Israel Bruce ensured our victory in this matter. And so I'm extremely grateful to them. And also to all the people who have supported me and continue to support me over the years. Thank you to everybody, you including, of course.
Thank you so much, Kay Bacchus and Adriana King, giving us an update on this particular case right here. All right, guys, I want to now jump back a bit, right? I want to go back in reverse gear because this is what's pissing you off on a Tuesday, right? And in the first segment that we spoke to the parent who gave us an update on what transpired, right? So I want you guys to shift gears a bit with me. Shift gears a bit. Go in reverse gear a bit, right? And then you press the X and you reverse gear, right? So again, let me refresh your memory on what transpired. The Little Miss Grenada pageant was held. It was an amazing show. It is something that set a massive platform for the kids. For me looking on, it was one of the best event I see in terms of the kids coming out and showcasing their talent. You would swear think that those kids are adults. The way how they presented, the way how they answered the question, everything was on point, right? So Kirksita Hall outlined it earlier on the program. It's a big talking point. The father that's been accused of cursing and making mayhem at the end of the show, he defended himself and said it didn't quite go as how it was said. On the phone line right now, we have one of the organizers of the event to give us her, her eyewitness statement on to what transpired. Jermaine, are you there? Hello? All right, let me see if I can get her on. Stay on the line. Stay. Don't go. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me try putting you back in. All right, are you hearing me? Okay, you're not hearing me in the system. So I'll put you on speaker. So I'll put you on speaker. Right, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, cool. Tell us what happened. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you in and out.
Okay, all right. So go ahead. Give us I don't know if you saw the father early on the program. He was speaking and he denied what was reported and the allegation that was wedged against him. Tell us what happened from your perspective, what you saw, what you witnessed.
Okay, so I remembered after the pageant and all the results came out, I took up the baskets and other little stuff for one particular child, and I went out in the backstage to look for him. But then when I went there, that's when I saw that particular contestant, and she saw me, and then she started to scream, and she started to like throw her hands in the air and just fall back. And her mother and some other persons were there with her, and they tried to tell her calm down and stop. And then I heard the parents said, I don't want to hear nothing. Nobody don't talk to me right now. I don't want to hear nothing. Nobody whatsoever. So I didn't pay anything. I stood there and I looked at them, but I didn't say anything. And I went outside, and something told me to go back to the front. And that's when I saw the male figure, the father, and he was there, and then he looked at me, and then he came up to me and he told me I'm ugly, and everybody inside is ugly. And we had an ugly queen show. And another woman asked him, why did he say we had an ugly queen show? He said, because his daughter didn't win. He started to use some obscenities. So me now, I went back inside and I used another promoter's phone, and I called the police. And I told them they need to come over here. But I mean, when the police came, I saw they was making a little circle around, but the person had already left. And then some more information came to me that that same particular person was ranting and waving inside. And he said things to the little girl who actually won that pageant. I was hurt. I was heartbroken, because knowing it's a pageant, it's a kids, platform we creating for the children. And to see that big people, parents, coming there and creating all this drama, that actually hurt me.
But you didn't hear that for yourself. You didn't hear he say that. You heard somebody told you that he said that.
So multiple people told me that. But what I now told you before, seeing backstage, and he started to use some obscenities while I was outside with that, and he came up to me. And there were some other people in the same thing, and he was telling me what's going on. But the guy now, he came up to my face and told me that I was ugly and everybody here ugly. And we created an ugly pageant. So, and then another woman on the side of me asked him, why did he say that? And then he said, because his daughter didn't win. That was an ugly pageant. And then when I ended up going back inside and take the phone, I came outside back and I tried to call the police. And then he was outside there and he started to create more drama and was causing obscenities. But at that time, when the police actually came, I saw they were circling around, and then that the father already left.
Wow. You know, one of the things that people said about the program, I mean, I think it's a great program, a great platform for the kids. They did so well. I have to applaud you and the team for putting together this amazing pageant. But what about preparation, right? In terms of preparing the kids for any and all eventualities. Did you tell us about that?
Yeah. Yes. So what we would normally do, like before we just do a pageant that we would just invite young people to come on, we believe that we should speak to them first. So hence the reason why we normally would have the kids carry their forum, which we would have people from different professions come in there to speak to them. For example, we have the police going to come to them and speak to them about the law. And the nurses speak to them about the health. Even pastors would speak to them. Entrepreneurs would speak to them about creating your business ideas. The Child Protective Service, he will also be there telling them, you know, different things. If people touch you there, this is not right. And Looney Spark Electrify them was there also, and they also stated that, you know, you're a winner no matter if you go up there and you don't win, remember you're a winner. And we created this thing just to, you know, call all the kids together to create a bond before they go on that platform to showcase their skills and talents. And over the years, we have been seeing that the kids going out there and do their thing. They became like brothers, they became like sisters, and they're going out there. The preparation itself is tough because we in the back, you know, we had to make sure that everything is good. But we just want to make sure that the kids themselves feel comfortable. When they go on stage, they can be able to feel free and feel happy and enjoying what they do, showcasing their skills and their talents.
Yeah, and that was
showcased. To know that we have, you know, the you know, some parents, there is the one that actually creating that drama. The kids them don't even thinking about that. But some of the parents, you know, going too far, too extra mile to create certain dramas for the kids. Because I remember a year, a child was supposed to be on the pageant, and because of a parent, we had to pull the child down and try to get somebody 3 weeks before that show.
Right. Yeah.
So this is what we've been experiencing in the back, and people don't really know.
Yeah.
So now this thing, you know, it came out, you know, things have to happen.
So the father is saying that he felt, or he feels at this point in time, that his daughter was sabotaged because her magic trick that she was supposed to do, a judge was supposed to be participating in that magic trick, but somewhere a day before, you guys decided that can happen. What transpired there?
No, they didn't set the pageant. Well, one of the parents or the chaperones came to me and they asked me if the judge can participate in a child's talent. But I now had to make sure and call that judge or call up the judges and find out if that was possible. Now, the head judge that we spoke to, he's a judge that's been judging pageants and all this stuff a long time ago. But he said it was a no-no because they don't want it to be sung in like a curry favor. So he said we could use people from the audience. I related that information to the chaperones, the teacher of that school for that particular child. And it was not the day. It was not the day before. It was not the day before the day before.
So it was well in advance, more than 2-3 days. He was told that.
Yes. Yes.
Are you sure about that? Because the father seems to be adamant that he was told.
I heard him.
So he was told way in advance that would have been how it would go. The judge can be used. Oh, I see.
I did not spoke to the father, but I spoke to the teachers, the chaperone, because I remember that time they called me asking about some minutes, and then I related that information to them. And she was asking me, well, what should she do and what can I suggest? And then she told me, or when she made a decision, then she told me they would need another mic. And that was not a problem, I said. On that night, they actually got that mic and they went and they did the stuff. This was not related to them on the day at all, because I got the response from judges before. So I related it to not the father, not the mother, but the chaperones who were chaperoning that child.
I see. Okay. Well, you see, that's why we like to get all sides of the story. We try to get everybody involved. But let me tell you guys, this is a great platform for the kids. And I like the fact that you incorporate career goals. If myself got a chance to speak to those kids about media and what they like about things, so I know that you guys put that in place. And having Looney Spark, entrepreneur, having police, having child protection services come in there and speak to them, that is, it goes to show that you guys care about the well-being of the kids, not just them coming on and putting on a show. They was well prepared for this. But I guess more have to be done to prepare the parents as well. Right. So I guess that's one thing that is. I mean, everything is being done to prepare the kids, but I guess more have to be done to sit and speak with the parents so they could support the venture and support the kids and let them know that any eventuality could happen at this particular event. You could win or you could lose, and you have to be prepared. But you are a winner just by participating, just by being on stage. You are a winner, and I think that needs to be echoed to both the parents separately from the kids. But all in all, I want to congratulate you guys on a great event, and I hope to see it bigger and better in 2025.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right, cool. Yeah. So guys, let me take your phone calls now. We're talking about this event still. We came back to it. We want to finish up. So you guys may have some recommendations. Your recommendations, your thoughts, your feelings. Give us a call, 718-701-5720. Let's talk about the show in particular. And this is still pissing a lot of people off, so let's get your views on it. 718-701-5720. All right? And again, guys, I have to send kudos to these young, beautiful contestants, boy. You know, think about it, guys. You at that age, could you have gotten on stage and do that? And did you hear the question and answer segment? Boss answers, man. Everybody, if the boys, the girls, all gave an excellent account of themselves. Listen, I would certainly recommend for anyone who their kid express interest in being on stage like this, guys, I would recommend that you take them to the channel and let them go ahead and showcase their talent. It's about talent. It's about, being brave and putting themselves out there. And let me tell you something. A lot of the kids would admit and agree that they had an excellent time. They got to meet friends. They got to to do what they love to do. And there was this one little girl that I saw. I didn't see the whole thing. She did a skit. I can't remember which contestant was that, but she did a skit as an old person and a young person talking about a cell phone, something like that. And I was like, wow, on point. Everybody was good, by the way. Let's jump back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from? All right, let's put this caller on speaker. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
Good night. Yes, Julia. I was there at the show on Saturday night. Now, I just want to suggest to the organizers that moving forward, I think it is best that before the participants, start their practicing and stuff, probably it's best that they try to do some coping sessions with the kids.
Yeah, they do. She said that they do. They have coping sessions where they have child protection, they have entrepreneurs, they have everyone come and speak to them prior to the show. But probably they need to do it more than once. They have one session, but probably they need to have two or three.
I missed that. So I see, So they probably need to emphasize a little bit more because, some of the children, kids, it's children and kids come there with the expectation. Everybody wants to win with the hope that they will win.
Yes.
And, when you keep planting these things into kids, obviously, when they realize that they haven't, it kind of tears them down. It breaks them down. So, yeah. Well, sorry about that. I missed that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want to big up Miss Carrico as well. Miss Carrico and Petit Martinique. Wow. And she turned and she opened it just like this. And you could have, it's so amazing. Everybody, man, every single one of them. So what I said, guys, we did the People's Choice. We sponsored the People's Choice Award, right? Financial contribution to the winners of the People's Choice. But I'm thinking that, we should do even more for those kids. Personally, I feel like I want to do more for those kids because it shows how bright the future is if we have brilliant kids like this, right? So I'm still thinking about exactly what we could do to reward these kids even more for their participation in this event. But rest assured that Ride Along will do something to help them. All right. I'm gonna push on Lynn to come up with some ideas. But if you guys have some ideas how we could, better reward and also additionally reward those kids for their participation in this event, and encourage others to participate in events like this. Guys, if you have some ideas, let us know. So this is what's pissing me off. What is what's pissing you off on a Tuesday? We got a quick commercial break, and then I'll come back with my closing final words. Don't move, we'll be right back.
Today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant. Here's Excursion and Tours weekly e-bike rides. Gather your family and friends for an unforgettable ride through stunning landscapes. Book your adventure today at ridersabike.com or call 473-422-1011. Don't miss out. Let's ride. In every detail. At Hostin Funeral Service, we bring comfort to your home with our comprehensive and compassionate services. Large and modernized facility, burial, cremation, and shipping services, pre-arrangements, burial society, notary public with established relationships with funeral homes throughout the Caribbean. We ensure that when your loved one's last wish is to return home, we complete that journey with dignity and respect. Call 718-332-4350 or 917-250-0582, Hostin Funeral Service.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
All right, guys, don't forget that if you're looking to rent an e-bike, yeah, man. If you want to rent an e-bike, check out the Riders e-bike rental and tours inside of the Esplanade Mall. Check it out right now, today, tomorrow. Rent an e-bike. Listen, you see gas price? You see gas price lately? If you see gas price lately, and you know how difficult and expensive it is, you go run into the mall tomorrow. Grab an e-bike, guys. Rent it for a day, 2 day, 3 day. Rent it for a week. No gas, zero gas. Yeah, man, rent an e-bike now inside the Esplanade Mall. Only $100 a day. And I could give you the ride special. I have a ride special. So once you tell me you want to rent, I'll give you a ride special. Go and rent your e-bike. Also, guys, this Sunday, I'll be in Grenada and I'm going to go out and ride. I'm going to be riding this Sunday. So if you want to book, we have 3 bikes left for this Sunday. If you want to ride with us, this Sunday, give me an inbox or go to ridersebike.com and book for this Sunday. We're riding. Don't miss this. This Sunday, we're riding, guys. Give me a call, give me an inbox, or go to ridersebike.com and book for this Sunday excursion ride. We're talking about rides, so we got to talk about JetBlue. JetBlue, jetting you down to Grenada and the Caribbean, but Grenada 2 days, twice a week. Twice a day. What? Yeah, man, 2 flights a day. JetBlue. And if you're in Boston, get on Saturday. JetBlue. I also want to take this opportunity to big up and thank the sponsor of our jackpot game, Philip Carpenters and Cleaning Services. Thank you so much, Philip. At Philip Carpenters and Cleaning Services, they design your kitchen, they supply your door, your window, your kitchen cabinets, your granite quartz and marble countertop. Philip Carpenters and Cleaning Services, they're licensed and insured and bonded. 718-221-5572. Philip Carpenters and Cleaning Services. Thank you for your sponsorship. Also got to thank Hosten Funeral Home. Thank you, Hosten. Grenada Market, David William Funeral Service, Ansile Beauty. And coming up, guys, in just a matter of next 3 weeks or so, $5,000. Count it, $5,000. $5,000 bingo. Yeah, $5,000. Seriously, we gone mad. $5,000 bingo coming up at the end of the month. We're going to see you guys a part of that. Okay, guys, let me close on this note here that parents, sometimes we look and we see what's happening and we try to figure out why all of this happening. We're blaming the politician, we're blaming the musician, we're blaming everybody. But sometimes parents, I'm not pointing a finger at any particular parent. I'm just saying parents in general. We have to step up to the plate. We as parents, we have to start parenting. I learned a lesson from my son, right? My son told me something one day, and that like woke me up. That like got my eyes open. And I think after that day, I became a much better parent. Because the thing about it, as parents, we fail to listen to our kids, right? We fail to take the time to listen to our kids. We need to do that some more, you know? The new way of parenting, listening to your kids, listening to your children. Because sometimes the kids are not the problem, you know? The parent is the problem. Sometimes the parent is the problem. Let's take time out to listen to our kids today, guys. Get them involved in activities that would boost their spirits, yeah? Keep them moving. Thank you for the LMG for putting together again an amazing show, and I'm looking forward to 2025. I hope the sponsors and the people come out and support as they've been supporting for the past couple of years. Thanks again. On behalf of all of our production team here at Ride Along Live, also to Instaprint, big up yourself, Instaprint. If you're looking for a t-shirt printed, you got to call Instaprint in Grenada. It's inside the Esplanade Mall. You call 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. Instaprint Grenada. Get your t-shirt printed instantly, in a flash. In a flash. Instaprint Grenada. And they also sell blank t-shirts as well. They also sell blank t-shirts at Instaprint. Also got to big up TravelCaribInc.com. That's TravelCaribInc.com. Taking you any place, guys. Whenever you're going somewhere and you're looking for anything like pillows or anything to accessorize your travel, you go where? TravelCaribInc.com. No, seriously, go TravelCaribInc.com. Stick it on your fridge. If somebody asks you, just say TravelCaribInc.com. TravelCaribInc.com. Big up. On behalf of all of our production team here Right Along Live, our senior executive producer Lois, JJ, Kibbs, Gail, and the whole team, say thank you and good night. Good night, good night, and good night.
In every detail. At Hostin Funeral Service, we bring comfort to your home with our comprehensive and compassionate services. Large and modernized facility, burial, cremation, and shipping services, pre-arrangements, burial society, notary public with established relationships with funeral homes throughout the Caribbean. We ensure that when your loved one's last wish is to return home, we complete that journey with dignity and respect. Call 718-332-4350 or 917-250-0582, Hostin Funeral Service.
Right Along Live.